How in the world is Nike not going full on Caitlin Clark phenomenon? You've got the most popular women's athlete in the world. Do they still not have a Caitlin Clark shoe out? My mind is blown by this. The minute that she started playing in the WNBA, you should have rolled out for every little girl in America the Caitlin Clark ones. And that should have been the baddest ass women's tennis shoe that has ever been made in the history of Nike. How are you burying Caitlin Clark inside of a garbage ad, Nike, where you claim that the reason why women's athletes aren't successful is because of misogyny? What? Do you know men watch more women's athletics than women do? If misogyny actually existed, no male sports fans would watch women's sports, and they would be even less popular than they already are. Most Caitlin Clark fans are male. I don't understand why Nike would be running women's sports ads saying men suck. How about women are awesome? I'm just over this whole girl power, girl boss era. How about just women are great and you don't have to tear down men to make women great? I don't understand this paradigm that Nike seems obsessed with. Women aren't victims. Caitlin Clark isn't a victim. She's just a great athlete. Sell her excellence. I don't watch sports to see someone of an identity overcome someone of another identity. I watch sports to see an athlete aim and hopefully achieve excellence. How do they miss the mark so much?
Petition to ban her. 181 people think that Sophie Cunningham should be banned from the WNBA for misconduct. Are you kidding me? We used to see something more intense than that every night in the NBA when I was a kid. What Sophie Cunningham did, man, honestly, maybe it's just too intense for you. Maybe you need another hobby. Maybe you should collect stamps rather than watch sports if you think what Sophie Cunningham did was out of line. And I assume that those are butthurt Connecticut Sun fans. I don't expect Caitlin Clark to get preferential treatment at all, but I expect her to get equal treatment to everybody else in the league. It cannot be open season on the face of the league any longer. Take a look at this photo from a few weeks ago when they were both injured in street clothes, but they were all business on the sideline, and Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark are all business on the court as well. Take a look at that. The Indiana Fever is my favorite team now. I'm adopting the Indiana Fever because you know I sure as hell ain't going to be a Chicago Sky fan. And now I've got another player to root for, and I think a lot of folks are realizing now who Sophie Cunningham is.
What did you learn about Caitlin as a teammate that you didn't know?
She's just a big kid. You know what I mean? Like, she is so phenomenal and so elite at her craft. A generational talent. I don't think I have to hype her up anymore. In fact, we need to get her head a little bit down, and that's what I've done.
Down a little bit.
No, we've had a fun relationship so far, but really, she I don't know. She loves hard. But at the end of the day, she's like one of my little cousins. She's the age of them. She acts like them. I'm just like, dude, you're a dweeb. Like, you were the biggest dork I've probably ever met. And just somehow you know how to shoot from far out. So, and you're really great at passing. So.
Yeah. She has the thing you were describing. I mean, I think you've made the comp with Diana before, but like, there's a maniacalness to it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Which is another thing you can't teach.
No. And it is so fun because when she's in her zone, and I know when she was playing, she was coming back from injury too, but she had kind of an off year of shooting when she was able to play. And and I think that's normal. Like you're never just going to always be up here. You know what I mean? But when she was locked in, like it was so fun to watch her play because she was 4 steps ahead of everyone else. She was, hey, we need to run this so we can do this. And then defensively, if you do this, like she's on a whole nother level. And so it was really cool to kind of see how her brain works when you're in the fight with her. Hopefully we'll get more of that down the road. But there's just some things that you can't teach. And she just has a lot of those things.
The internet is buzzing, rumors are flying, and fans everywhere are asking the same shocking question. Is Caitlin Clark really quitting Nike? And what exactly did Sophie Cunningham say that set social media on fire? Let's break it all down, because the truth is very different from the headlines. It all started with viral posts claiming Clark was unhappy, that tensions were rising behind the scenes, and that private details had somehow been leaked. Within hours, the story spread across YouTube and social media like wildfire. Fans panicked, comment sections exploded, and suddenly, it sounded like one of the biggest endorsement deals in women's basketball history was about to collapse. But here's where things take a turn, because when you actually look at the facts, the entire narrative starts to fall apart. Caitlin Clark didn't just sign any deal with Nike. She signed a historic long-term partnership reportedly worth tens of millions, complete with a future signature shoe, a rare honor that only the biggest stars receive. Nike has been building their marketing around her as one of the faces of the future of basketball. So the idea that she would suddenly walk away? That would be massive news. But there's just one problem. No credible reports say it's happening. So where did the rumor come from? Many fans traced it back to comments involving Sophie Cunningham, but those comments weren't a leak at all. They were playful banter, teammates joking, light trash talk about shoe brands. The kind of back-and-forth athletes do all the time. Somehow, that joke turned into a full-blown controversy online. This is the reality of modern sports media. A single comment can be clipped, reposted, and spun into a completely different story. And once the algorithm picks it up, the narrative spreads faster than the truth can catch up. Right now, all signs point to Clark continuing her partnership with Nike exactly as planned. Her signature shoe rollout is still expected. Her marketing campaigns are ongoing, and there's been zero indication of any fallout. So while the rumors may sound dramatic, the truth is much simpler. There's no confirmed split, no leaked scandal, and no evidence she's leaving Nike. Just social media noise. But one thing is clear. When you're one of the biggest stars in basketball, every comment becomes a headline, every joke becomes a rumor, and every rumor becomes a viral story. The question now is, what will the internet run with
Somebody say
next?
they need to get paid like the men. Caitlin Clark need to get paid like the men. Show the highlight tape, baby.
Caitlin Clark did not miss a step after being sidelined for 5 games with a quad injury. Drives.
Watch out.
Gets inside. Gets the and one layup to go. Fever cut it to 6 after the made.
Come on, hit it from the
It was all CC at the 33 feet. You know it's good. She's
Forget the three-point line.
Bring it up the court. 27 feet. That's easy money.
Watch out, girl. What y'all doing?
From 31 feet. It's good.
They mad at that white girl, boy.
24 apiece.
Come on, watch out. Watch out, shawty.
Pulls up. Nails a triple over Brianna. Dishes
Look at
to
that
Boston.
assist.
Fakes the
Look at that
pass.
assist. Watch out. Angel Reese could never do that.
It's good. Coming up all fever. Boston again. Hands it off
Hit
the
him with
court. Caitlin Clark scored 32 points and assisted on 22 more Saturday, marking her 9th career game with 50 points scored or assisted on, already the 2nd most in WNBA history.
Stop playing with this girl. She only played 45 games and she's 1 away from tying the WNBA record. This is her 2nd season. Now, I don't like the fact that she be getting woke because she don't want all these lesbians to be mad at her, but at the end of the day, is the woman putting in the work, she's putting in the work. The truth is that they feel that you have to be a tomboy or you have to be masculine. If you're athletic, you have to be black to be able to dominate in the WNBA. Because historically, pretty girls don't play basketball. Now, I think that things have changed in the last 10, 15 years. You get a girl who kind of cute, she's still feminine, she's not black, she got a great attitude, you don't got to be ghetto and flashy and doing all that. She's everything that they said that you could not be in order to be successful. Her return game peaked at had 2.8 million viewers on ABC, one of the highest ever. The Fever's franchise value jumped from 900 million to 340 million. Oh my God. If somebody say they need to get paid like the men, Caitlin Clark need to get paid like the men.
Nike, we need to talk about Caitlin Clark. Let's you and me talk about Caitlin Clark since you refuse to talk about Caitlin Clark. I care deeply about you. I spent over a decade in your marketing organization. I spent several years trying to get into your organization, and it's been 3 years since I left your company. I'm just here as a friend. I care about you. I want to show you two different charts here. One, your stock price since 2021. It is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this. Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There is one who only rivals Caitlin Clark, and that is Angel Reese, and you do not have her. She is over at Reebok. I am so confused as to how you would be so invested in the WNBA for several years, and you have been doing great work to try to elevate and uplift that league and many of the athletes there. But this seems like you have convinced yourself that this needs to be an either or conversation. And we never have an either or conversation in the men's sports. You have like 10 signature athletes. Half of them don't deserve a signature shoe. And we figure out a way to market them. LeBron James showed up as the chosen one, and you have the chosen one. He got all of the marketing, and yet you still were able to figure out how to market Kobe as well. I realize tomorrow we are going to get a Kobe Protro, apparently. I haven't heard much about it. It's going to be $190. Very few people will be able to get it, and that will be about a year after you have signed her and after she won Rookie of the Year. This is so confusing to me. I am so perplexed. I wrote 2,000 words on it in my newsletter this week. You can comment more if you want to read it, but I didn't even send one last week because I've been sitting in a room like Beautiful Mind trying to figure out all of the stupid reasons why you might be sitting on your hand. Wemby got his Alien campaign less than a year after he had been signed, and he got a player edition shoe. I guess that you're doing that with Caitlin, but I'm so confused as to why you wouldn't be doing bigger campaigns with her. You finally put her in a Super Bowl campaign with 9 other women, and all respect to them, but none of them are moving the needle quite like she is. Your tagline in that was "You can't win, so win." One of the best explanations I can come up with is that you are wringing your hands and afraid to enter into this politically divisive conversation that has been co-opted by the media and pundits who are race baiting and doing all kinds of ridiculous things around women's basketball. You can't win, so win. You have the unicorn, the chosen one, the one who everyone wants to hear from, and you were just sitting around. Gatorade, State Farm, Gainbridge, Wilson Basketball have all figured out how to have a point of view with Caitlin Clark. Please, for the love of God, figure something out.